Money. In this morning's Money Watch, we're focusing on the start of tax season. Oh, gosh, here we go. The IRS has been accepting and processing 2022 tax year returns. More than 168 million individual tax returns are expected to be filed this year. And with the deadline set for April 18th, taxpayers will have 3 extra days to file. CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger is here. She's the author of a new book. This is for you, America, The Great Money Reset. Change your work, change your wealth, change your life. I love the title, Jill. She joins us now at the table. Good morning.
Good morning.
Before you get started, I'm still reflecting on Tony's story because you were talking about the guys that are sitting at home watching TV. Can you imagine, Jill, if you were working all day long, you come home and your partner is sitting in front of the TV playing a video game or watching TVs?
No. Maybe they
could be very irritated.
I would too, and I'm hoping that maybe they're the ones who start compiling the tax information for the family.
Maybe they need your book.
Yeah, exactly right. Change your work, change your work.
So I'm already a little nervous about taxes because I've been told my record keeping is not good.
Oh, dear.
Yep. I may be calling you later.
They're not watching.
So what can people expect?
So this year's going to be an interesting year because it's kind of back to where we were in 2019 pre-pandemic. So as you mentioned, we've got 3 extra days. This is because of the Emancipation Day holiday in Washington, D.C. So you get those 3 extra days. But what's
Some people will need the 3 extra days.
Yeah, I think so. But you know what's really fascinating to me is that when you go back to 2019, you go back to all the things that we had then are really exactly the same. So there are no extra stimulus payments. Unemployment benefits are taxable again. You do not get an enhanced child tax credit. So you might want to pull out your 2019 return as a way just to look as a guidepost for what's it going to be like this year.
I always pay my taxes. I just won't be on the record. I've never not paid my taxes. But the IRS is warning that refunds are going to be smaller this year for most people. Why is that?
Well, when you look at all of those programs, they put a lot of extra money in our pockets. And so when you look at the average refund last year, it was about just under $3,200.
Wow.
It's probably going to go back down to, say, $2,800 again, because those programs are gone. By the way, remember, $2,800 is a lot of money, and I'd prefer that you kept that money throughout the year, not lend it to Uncle Sam with an interest-free loan. But that being said, you're likely to get a smaller refund. Now, remember, the fastest way to get your refund is to file electronically and choose direct deposit. If you do that, you are likely to get your refund within 21 days. For some reason...
And that's speedy? 21 days?
Well, 21 days is pretty fast.
I've been filing electronically for years, and it's great.
But when it comes to electronic filing, I do worry about websites that are not what they say they are and people getting misled. So for free filing resources, if they want to file electronically, where do they go?
Okay, this is an underused resource at the IRS. It's called IRS Free File. And if you've got income of less than $73,000, that's a lot of money for most Americans.
That's most households.
Yes, indeed. And you can have the IRS Free File system. It's the forms, but they'll also pair you with one of these, tax preparation companies. Huge. Now, second thing I want to remind people, there's something called the Volunteer Income Tax Assistance, or VITA program. If you have income below a certain level, it is available to you. This is for...
What is the level if it's below what?
$60,000. Sorry, $60,000. And this is available to people who are maybe non-English speakers. They are people with disabilities. And if you really need help, this is a wonderful organization. And finally, there's tax counseling for the elderly. This is great. If you're over 60, which, by the way, elderly, that's a little bit of a reach for me. But if you're over the age of 60, there are people who will hold your hand, and they have a specialty in things that impact you. Social Security benefits, their retirement benefits, things that are really focused on people in retirement.
We've been focusing a lot on the gig economy, especially in the wake of the pandemic. So for people who are getting paid by Venmo or by Zelle or PayPal, what do they need to know?
So there was supposed to be a rule that went into place this year. It's on ice. It's not happening. That rule was that if you made more than $600, regardless of the number of transactions on any of these digital payment platforms, you had to report to the IRS. That's not happening this year. But if you're a gig worker, get ready. That is coming in the future. And if you make more than $20,000 with more than 200 transactions, you do have to report.
Something that's always controversial because a lot of people are working from home. Can you deduct your home office?
Well, if you are an employee, you cannot, because this is the 2017 tax law change. So if you are a W-2 employee, no deductions. If you're self-employed and you use your house and that's the main place that you do your work, absolutely. But you have to be self-employed. Gayle, get your records together, girl.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to call you.
All right.
She says, don't call, read the book.
Yes, I
Hold
just
that
have
book
my
up, girl.
signed copy right here. Thank you, Jill.
Thanks.